All right, so like, and back to like what we were talking about, like the idea is that both parties are being equally as crazy, or like basic, or like the idea that exemplified, like saying that like Bernie Sanders is basically the left Donald Trump, which is not at all the case. Uh,
Absurd.
yeah, that is
That
absolutely absurd.
doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, like this was a video back from the before the midterms. Have you heard of the liberal rednecks?
No.
All right, so I heard about this guy right before the special election in Alabama, in which Doug Jones was elected to the Senate.
Oh, right. He ran against Roy Moore, right?
Yeah, and so I found this gentleman on Twitter, and he made a video about Roy Moore, and like he and a couple other guys, they're in this group called the WellRED comedy troupe, and I saw they were in Charlottesville, and I got to see them perform live, and like they're stand-up comics, and they're really
Really?
really funny. But let's see if I can find it. Uh, yeah, this was covering like different campaign ads for the midterms. Okay, now let me share the screen. Uh,
Well, it's campaign season, and just like everything else,
yeah, he's from what is it? Like he's from like East Tennessee, like
Okay.
he's from uh, Appalachia. It's like
Sure.
he has
I
like
believe.
the deepest of drawls.
in this
Yep, he
country,
sure does.
campaign ads have jumped the fucking chart. As per usual, Southern conservatives are on the very vanguard of crazy, crazy bullshit. I don't know if you've seen these ads I'm talking about, but I highly recommend them. For example, Georgia Republican candidate for governor Brian Kemp, whose ads really raise the bar on lowering the bar. I'm Brian Kemp. This is my talking to stupid
Watch this ad
people
too.
voice. I got guns and trucks. Don't you like guns and trucks, pussy? Vote for me, clear. Fart. It's really not far off from what his ads actually are. Check them out. It's insane.
Yeah,
Anytime I
I
pitch
think
about
we
this
will.
to conservatives, they always say,
Check it out.
yeah, that's just campaign ads. They're just like that. The ones on the left are crazy too. This is a version of a narrative we hear all the time. Both ends of the political spectrum in this country have gotten insane. They're both just as bad. And no, both ends of the political spectrum in this country are pretty insane, but it's two different kinds of insanity. Like one of them is like, if you eat enough kale, you can learn to talk to dolphins. And the other end is let the brown baby starve. One of them is worse, and the same thing goes for the campaign ads. There's no liberal equivalent to that Brian Kemp shit. There's not, because if there was, they would be rioting in the streets on the right. They couldn't handle it if we were as crazy as they are. And to prove it,
Yeah.
I made an example, a very low-budget, poorly produced example of what a liberal campaign ad might look like.
Oh, let's see it.
We
Yeah, this is what I
as
wanted to show you.
crazy as some of y'all have gotten. Here we go. Hi, I'm Tristan Gay Man Frenchman, and I'm running for Congress in Tennessee's 4th District. As a liberal, pansexual, freegan, vegan socialist, I drink exclusively the free trade organic nut milk that was given to me reluctantly by someone with more money than I have. And that makes me better than those people. And I want our state to be better too, for our children. I'm not a family man myself due to my affinity for the act of sodomy, but I like to keep this unused playset around as a constant reminder of the dozens of late-term abortions that I have personally financed and the countless more that I'm pledging to finance with taxpayer dollars as your congressman. I have over 25 years of experience as a freelance communal water pipe artist. And in that time, I've accepted over 317 handouts and personally insulted somewhere north of 75 decorated combat veterans. And it's that same dogged persistence that I'll bring to my program to confiscate and resell every personal firearm in the state. And the proceeds from those sales will go exclusively to fund slam poetry programs in Muslim refugee communities and coastal cities. And that's a promise. I also proudly served in 3 tours of duty in the War on Christmas. And so you can believe me, I guarantee you, that I would replace all Christmas programs at state public
Oh my
schools
god.
with be gay classes.
How to be gay classes?
See, I kneel no less than 5 times a day under the assumption that somewhere in this country our national anthem is playing, and I don't want to miss an opportunity to disrespect it. That's just the normative person I am and the type of gender non-normative congressperson I'll be. It's poet. Thank you, and hail Satan. So you see how out there and over the top that probably seemed to you, probably seemed like
Oh my god.
that wasn't real, right? Y'all have long since become a parody of yourselves, and that's why I wouldn't trust you to run a fucking lemonade stand at present, let alone this country. I really regret shaving.
I served 3 tours in the war on Christmas.
Y'all for watching, appreciate it. Come see me live on stage if you're in Southern California.
Yeah. Like if they ever come through,
That was so fun.
if they come through your locality once this fucking shit show is over, within the next couple of years, like
Oh
I
my
recommend
God.
you go see them, because like he's not the only one. He's like the main guy, but like there's 2 others. There's Drew Morgan and Corey Ryan Forrester, and I have their book. I highly recommend it. It's very insightful and very funny. It's called the Liberal Redneck Manifesto. I lost the sleeve, the cover sleeve. But anyway, let's look at that Brian Kemp ad from the midterms.
That's fucking funny.
And like you heard him describe it, it really isn't too far from what he really.
Okay, and this is a real ad.
I'm
All
still
right.
conservative. I blow up government spending. I own guns that no one's taking away. My chainsaw's ready to rip up some regulations. I got a big truck, just in case I need to round up criminal illegals and take them home myself. Yep, I just said that.
Yep, I
I'm
just said
Brian
that.
Kemp. If you want a politically incorrect conservative, that's me.
Holy fuck.
See, it wasn't really too far from what Trey Crowder was
It
describing.
honestly wasn't. That is, yeah, wow, holy shit.
I think it's like, when I first saw that, like I thought he was exaggerating a little bit, so I had to check it out.
Wow.
But it was,
That's about as ridiculous as, yeah, we're going to take away all your guns and spend the money on the fucking Muslim refugee camps, whatever they said.
yeah. Like, sorry, I kneel no less than 5 times a day.
Just again.
Because I do it under the assumption that our national anthem is playing somewhere, and I will not miss a chance to disrespect our combat veterans.
I served 3 tours in the war on Christmas. That killed me.
They have like they do like a few sketches on, like, the WellRED comedy troupe has done a few sketches on Comedy Central, including one about the war on Christmas, and it was done in kind of a documentary, like a Civil War documentary style video.
Oh my god.
Okay, now I have to show you that one. All
Alright, let's do it. I'm ready.
right. What?
Oh, that was fun. I'm still getting over how funny that was.
Here it is.
I remember it just like it was yesterday.
No, it's like Ken Burns. Nice.
It was only prayer meeting in the parking lot of a Bass Pro Shop, and I felt like I needed a little pick-me-up. So I wandered into one of those secular coffee shop chains downtown. Just a quick in and out. That's when it happened. That boy, he looked me right in the eye. He said, "Happy holidays."
And with those 2 fateful words, a war had begun. A war that affects every American man, woman, and child. A war
Got the fiddle
whose
music and
weapons
everything.
are red coffee cups, neutral, snow-oriented decorations, and politically correct well-wishing. Merry Christmas! It is a war
People vomiting and crying over Black Santa.
on Christmas.
Didn't see the vomit at first.
Days of Red Bootstrap's ordeal, God-fearing Christians were being wished happy holidays everywhere they turned. soldiers of the war on drugs and their way of life began sending letters to loved ones from the front lines.
My dearest Brittany, I haven't the words to describe my heartache. For every happy holidays that is whispered, we must scream a Merry Christmas right back in their faces, even if it is a child. Pray for my safe return as I walk amongst the sinners my love, and please, for the love of God, tell me you DVR'd Impractical Jokers. Captain Bryce Weatherby, Brigade, Chickamauga, Georgia.
As the war continued to escalate, no one faced it more bravely than members of the clergy.
What folks on the coast don't understand.
And that's Trey Crowder in drag.
Oh my god.
Is that when you tolerate and accept everyone, you actually discriminate against the white Christian man the most.
They are trying to eradicate us. Sweet Jesus, we are the victims here.
Trying to make a pious man
Such a pious man.
say such secular nonsense.
Secular nonsense.
Just so a sinner can feel more comfortable. Children, I tell you where it's uncomfortable. Down below. And that's why you'll never hear Pastor Seth say anything like, Happy Holidays.
It is Merry Christmas. Even our little baby nephew knows that, and they give him one of them shots that makes you dumb.
See, we had no choice. But we didn't know how. And that's why we thank God every day for Ray Gilstrap.
Now, I wouldn't say I'm an innovator. I just did what any man would do in that situation. Went into every coffee shop bathroom I could find and took a big old Christian dump. Didn't I?
That young man's bottom saved Christmas.
It's a miracle, bud.
From Ray's bowels, a movement has begun. Privileged white people now converge on unsuspecting coffee houses across the country to take dumps in their bathrooms without flushing.
What the fuck?
Right
Is this real? Did that actually happen?
Same bowl. Such
I feel like they could do that.
of war.
Wait, they were trying to make a point about Christmas? Oh, wow, I just thought they were dumb assholes. I'm just glad it's not because I'm Jewish.
Yeah, or because I'm black.
But I mean, like, who gets mad at Happy Holidays? People who...
I just noticed under their names it said Jew and black.
Well, like, no, it started as like barista and then it changed.
Oh, okay.
As thousands of Christians continue to wreck public restrooms in the name of the Lord, the question remains, will their protest pay off? Will shop employees finally start saying Merry Christmas?
I say Merry Christmas sometimes.
Me too, it's not a big deal.
Or will the war on Christmas never end? Only time will tell.
And if you like the war on Christmas, then be sure to check out our full-length documentary on PC culture, comedians getting paid millions to say things they claim they can't say anymore.
Oh my god. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, there's a few more of their sketches on Comedy Central, like that really, like it. Those mostly deal with like Southern culture, I guess, and like it pretty insightful too. Like they're like one centered around a couple of like, and they proudly call themselves rednecks, right? And like and two of them are like in a southern restaurant up north, and like they're talking about like how most of these are just like imitation restaurants, like basically like cultural appropriation except for rednecks in a way. So it's
The
like
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
but yeah, like the waitress says like, oh, you want grits, and says okay, like, or what kind of grits do you want? And it's like, oh, like I want savory, not sweet. He's like, no, I thought I was talking about regular or vegan. Vegan grits.
Oh my god. What even are grits? Like, I know what they are, but like, what the fuck are they?
I don't know. I've never really had them, or at least it's been years since I've had them. I think I might have had them when I was little, but yeah, like a lot of the stuff that they mentioned in like a lot of like very prominent Southern foods, my dad had a lot because
Just
like
Awesome,
like,
man. No wonder they're all fat.
I mean, like Southern food is good, man. Like
Fantastic. Southern barbecue is one of my favorite things on the planet.
they say that like in the book that Maryland only counts as Southern because they have great barbecue.
Fair enough. What about Virginia? Is Virginia Southern?
Virginia is really only considered Southern because we were in the Confederacy.
Right, yeah. That's what I figured.